Officials in Gaza say more than 5,500 children have now been killed since the 7th of October. That's around 1 every 12 minutes since this conflict began. Monday marks United Nations Children's Day, as Sarah was saying. Salim Oweis is from UNICEF's Middle East and North Africa Regional Office. Welcome to the programme. Good to see you, Salim. What are you hearing from your teams on the ground?
Yeah, thank you. Just to comment on the World Children's Day, unfortunately, we were supposed to celebrate, but I think the situation in Gaza is just the opposite of what children's rights should be. Our colleagues on the ground, they are facing the same difficulties as we see, and many of them actually lost some of their own children, which is a horrible, horrible reality now in almost every house in Gaza. As you mentioned, over 5,000 children have been killed and over 9,000 have been injured. These numbers are just horrific, and these numbers should stop us and think about what is happening there.
There are movement restrictions in Gaza. We know there are reporting restrictions, and of course there's inevitably an information war in addition to the military conflict. Can you give an accurate sense of how many children are being hit by this ongoing violence in Gaza?
Unfortunately, as in all violence and conflict contexts, it's really hard to give a real-time accurate number at the moment, but we know that the numbers that we are receiving through reports are there, and they're very, very close to reality, if not more, unfortunately. Now the situation, I think the question now is how many lives does it take to stop the violence, and I think that's where our calls for the international community and to the parties to the conflict to stop for a moment and consider on this day, on the World Children's Day, to consider their commitments to the children and their rights. And I think we don't need to wait more on children who are losing their lives by the minute now in Gaza.
Can you give us an idea of some of the challenges that displaced children in particular are having to deal with?
Yeah, well, displaced children are now sheltering in places that are not meant to be shelters. We're talking about schools, we're talking about hospitals, we're talking about tented camps. So all of this is really not fit for human or humane shelter. Tens but hundreds share same bathroom. Infrastructures like water, like sanitation systems are damaged or out of service due to the huge numbers. So children in displaced children are really facing more risk of getting ill with waterborne diseases. Now with the winter coming at the door, and I'm in Amman, Jordan, which is not that far from Gaza, and the weather is really changing fast, and rain has been pouring for the past 2 days. So things will change even to the worse now for the Gazans children, and their situation is really harsh. That's why ceasefire is crucial now, and allowing the aid to enter without any limitation, continuous aid, unimpeded access for humanitarian aid is really, really necessary, alongside protection of that aid and protection of humanitarians themselves to be able to reach the children wherever they are.
Salim, good to talk to you. Thank you very much for coming on the programme. Salim Oweis from the UNICEF's Middle East and North Africa office.